tea!
Oh, sorry guys, hi. So, welcome to this tutorial on how to use Google Meet for the start of your lessons. So I'm going to demonstrate that now. So the first thing, obviously, is to sign in. So I'm going to go into Google and there's my homepage. I'm just going to make this big again so you can see it. Again, you can see here my matrix symbol, which I like to keep pointing out to people, and there's my username here, mediatutor@hampsteadfinearts.com. I will quickly sign out of this to show you in case you're more familiar with this kind of look on the page. There's my sign in logo, so I'm going to sign in here, sign in as the media tutor, and I've got my password set in there already. I click next. And then I go to my matrix symbol up here where all my apps are, and I choose Google Meet, and that takes me straight into the Google Meet app, which I'm sure all of you are probably familiar with by now anyway. And I'm going to go in here and type in Media Craig, which is my code. All tutors' codes are their subject followed by their first name, all lowercase and all one word. Students have been sent these Google Meet codes, and they've all been told that the first thing they must do when they've got a scheduled lesson is to go to Google Meet and join you in your class. So they should be there. Now, I just want to point out that it could be a case that, say you're a couple of minutes late, or even if you were on time, that student could have gone into Google Meet, typed in Media Craig, and they're already inside that meeting. So that's absolutely fine. You would just then go in and you would see that someone is there. So that's actually going to happen in this example that you're going to see now, because on the other end I've got a fictional student called James. And I'm going to join this class, so I'm going to click continue, and I'm now joining the class. And what happens is a pop-up window will appear which is asking for permission for the software to use the camera of the computer and the volume. So I'm going to click allow. With some people's computers, you can see I'm here now on the screen looking less lovely than I do here. Yeah, with some people's computers, they have to click a pop-up window a couple of times, one for the camera, one for the video, etc. So just do that, and now you'll see James is already here in the meeting, so I'm going to click join now. And then I'm in the meeting, and there is James. Hi James, how are you?
Very good, how you doing?
Good, thank you. Nice to see that you come to the lesson on time. So I just clicked this icon at the top here which says people, and if I click that, then I get this list of people coming down the side here, which includes James right here. If I don't want to look at James's face, as handsome as it is, I can just click myself, and that's not very handsome at all. So what I can do, because I don't want people to see me, is I can click. If I just clicked, basically what I did is I clicked my image, and I'm going to click the icon there at the bottom which says camera, and it's going to turn the camera off so I can't be seen. I'm going to go back to my icon at the top where I've got people there, and there I've got James. You can see that my voice is people can hear my voice because this little icon in the middle which says M, you can see it's sort of reverberating with my voice, so that's confirming. I could turn the microphone off so I can't be heard, so I can shout at my mum again. Hang on a second. Right, so now that's off. Mum! And then I can go back onto the microphone. So, back into here where my people are. If I have a student that maybe is being particularly difficult and disruptive, I can always dispatch the student from the class if necessary by clicking on the student icon. There's a little drop down menu here that you can see. I click that, and then I click here, remove this participant. I'm not going to remove James for now. I'm going to leave him there. The other thing you've got here is the chat. Sometimes what's best if you've got quite a large class is to get students, if they want to ask a question, etc., to post a message here as a chat. So I have something say. And this is what a student can do, and then that will get posted. That will just end up on a timeline there. Oh, there we go. James has just sent us a message. Hi Craig, how are you? And I can speak to him, he can probably hear me, I'm good. Or I could say, can you hear me? And then I'm sure you can say yes. I can't hear him at the moment. Are you there, James?
Yeah.
There you go, he's there.
Mhm.
So you can use that chat icon, that can be really useful. So I'm going to go back to people. Now, the other thing to show you on Google Meet is the ability to be able to record sessions. Now, that is only a function you want to use if you've been asked to record a session, a teaching session, for a student that's in a different time zone. So you'll have to find out from admin about that. If that is the case, you simply click this three-pinned menu button on the bottom right here, and you'll see it says record meeting. I'm not going to click that record meeting now, but when you do, it will save the recording into, in this case, because I'm in media at hampsteadfinearts.com, it will save it into the media Google Drive. So that's that. Now, let's say I want to show James my desktop and I want to present him with a PowerPoint or something like that. This is a really simple thing to do. So I'm just going to slightly minimize my window here, and I'm going to create a new window, and that way I could go into my Google Classroom if I like. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into my Google Classroom. I might have to sign in, but I've already logged in. So here's all my lessons. I'll go to Year 13 Media. So now I've got this window here. So I'm going to click on my image here, and I'm going to click here, and it says Present Now. So I'm going to click Present Now, and I'm going to present my entire screen. So I'm going to click Allow, and now the students can see this whole screen that we're on now, that you and I are on now. If I click it now, it says 3 people. That's because there's me who's doing the talking, and then here, as you can see, is the Media Tutor Your Presentation. So this is my screen that other people can see. Now I can pop up a PowerPoint. I've got a PowerPoint open here, so let me do a Google Meet student, open this up, and I can present my PowerPoint here, and simply by doing this, this is exactly what the students will see. So I can run through a PowerPoint if I want to. I'm going to click Escape to get out of there. And I'm going to go back here. As soon as I want to finish my presentation of work, I'm going to click here on the You Are Presenting icon, click that, and then I'm going to click Stop Presenting. Now the students can't see it. Now, if you want to, you can ask the students to present their screen because they might want to show you some work. So that'd be absolutely fantastic, and then they can share their screen with you as well. Just to remind you, I think James might have reminded me, I don't know, make sure you ask students permission, yeah. So when it comes to the recording part of a Google Meet session, which as I say is only a requirement if you've been asked to, or if you have a foreign student that's in a different time zone, then you have to ask everyone else's permission in the Google Classroom in order to be able to do that. So what you want to do is essentially say, if I'm going to be recording this session, if anyone has an objection to being recorded during this session, please send a message to me now. And then they can send a message, and either they drop out of the class or you decide against recording the session. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So you do your class, you can have your Google Classroom up on a separate window like I have here, and I can post materials to the students. The idea is once you've introduced your class through Google Meet and you've maybe spent 10 minutes there sort of outlining what's going to happen, it might be the case that you want to then stay in contact with the students through the Google Classroom portal, which is this one here, and by using the stream service here, which I've outlined in a previous video. So that's pretty much it for using Google Meet. I hope it's been clear enough for you. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you're all well, and I think my tea might be ready. So, happy days. Happy days for me.